Hey guys, hello. So welcome back to our channel. In this episode, I'm going to tell you the documents you will require or you will need to win, or rather to submit, after winning the diversity visa. So the results will be announced next month. That is on May 6th, 2024. So if you are lucky to win, be sure to get all these documents ready. So in the first level of category, I will have the civil documents. For principal applicant, you will need the following. You will need a birth certificate and a copy of the same. You will need KCSE certificate and a copy of the same. So in this case, I'm going to use Kenya as my country of reference. If you are from West Africa, I think you will need that certificate called WAEC, the West African Educational Certificate. That is the KCSE for Kenya. Then we have the Police Clearance Certificate, the PCC. You also need marriage certificate, be it a church, a Muslim, or other religions, and a certified copy for each, or AG certificate. You will also need travel passport, that is both old and new. You will also need the IOM medical certificate. If you are married and you have accompanying spouse, your spouse will need the following documents under civil documents: birth certificate and a copy of the same, KCSE or WAEC certificate. A copy is not a must. I said the KCSE or WAEC certificate and a copy, but it is not a must that your accompanying spouse to have that. Accompanying spouse will need a police clearance certificate and a copy, that is a must. Marriage certificate and a copy if it's a church people, Christians or Muslims or other religions, and a copy of certified certificate of marriage or an age certificate. Accompanying spouse will also need to have the traveling passport, both old and new, and also the IOM medical certificate and passport photos. If you are blessed with children, they will need the following: birth certificate of the children or a child and a copy. If they are between 18 to 20 years old, they will also need their WAEC certificates or KCSE certificate and a copy. They also need police clearance certificate and a copy for 16 children who are 16 years and above. Apart from that, the children, they also need their medical certificate from the IOM, travel passport, both old and new, and passport photos, of course. So the second category of the documents, apart from the civil documents, is notification letters. You need to carry the first and the second notification letter. So the first notification letter is the confirmation page. Then second notification letter is that one you received that you've won, and also DS-260 submission letter. And the side note for your information, the first notification letter, as I have said, first NL is the first notification letter, the letter that informed you that you are selected. The second notification letter is the one with the interview dates. Then the third category is the host documents. This is, of course, after you've won. So you need the I-134 or I-864. That is the affidavit of support. You also need the IRS transcripts from your host. You also need a copy of LPR or the US passport biodata page, or the certificate of naturalization. For individual cases, for those in the military, you are required to bring along your military records. So if you have ever been deported, also include the deportation paperwork. Translation for documents that would be in other languages except local. So the English translation must be notarized, remember, and documents reflecting name change, if any. So notarized travel consent letter and copy of ID, or the alternative, if you have a child you're traveling with one parent remaining behind, and also sole custody court paperwork. Other marital status, maybe if you choose divorce or separated, A proof of court issued documents would be required. If you are widowed, you obviously will need to show a certificate of death, the death certificate, to prove that your spouse indeed is dead. So that is all about the documents you need to submit. If you are lucky to win DV 2024, the upcoming diversity visa. So for the newbies, those who did not apply, there is another chance this year from October first week to November first week for DV 2025. So those who are planning to apply afresh, as I have said, applications are done by October through November each year. So you will need the following. Among other requirements needed are valid traveling passport. Although for 2024 DV application, it was not a requirement. I don't know this year how it will go. You will need an active email address, active postal address, most recent passport photo, that is 6x6, and the specifications are shown on the state government website. And a minimum qualification is a D- in KCSE or equivalent vocational course. Active mobile telephone number. So application are normally done on DV, official DV state website. The link is dvprograms.state.government. After application, you need to keep safe your confirmation number, as this will be required during status checkup by May the following year. And upon checking and confirming victory, you will be notified through a document known as first notification letter, in which you will be given a case number to be kept as a top secret. And in the same letter, you are reminded that it is not a green card visa guarantee news, as there is a process to undergo. So after winning, what is next? So as this is the start of a 1-year-long journey, the principal applicant, apart from other beneficiaries, must prepare to fill a form, the visa form called the DS-260, online and send to the KCC, that is the Kentucky Consular Center, as soon as possible. So among the required things to file DS-260 are valid traveling passport, birth certificate, police clearance certificate, pupil known as good conduct, school attended, period attended, and grades attained, commonly used social media channels or account for principal applicant, valid email and postal addresses as used during green card application, marriage certificate for couple winners, active telephone number, same as the one used during application, and also principal applicant must source for a host in the United States of America and obtain the following from him to be filled in the DS-260: the state, the city, postal address, street code, and also telephone number, telephone of naturalization, and also state ID. Also driving license, traveling passport, income, tax returns, records. So after confirming all fields are properly filled, submit the form and attain the print and keep the DS-260 confirmation number. So you need to remember that DS-260 is filled once, and therefore it must be filled correctly, as it will be locked immediately it is submitted to avoid editing. So unless there is a valid reason for unlocking, like maybe a newborn baby after application or selection etc., you can unlock it. So on receiving the fully filled DS-260 form, the Kentucky Consular Center will send an email confirming the same, and if further requirements are required, they will request. So after that, what next? You need to wait for the second notification letter, and this will take a long period to come. So normally the applicant is notified and booked for appointment at the embassy, accompanied by all the beneficiaries on the second notification letter. You will be notified, and immediately you receive the second notification letter, you as the principal applicant, you should apply and book for medical assessments for all, including the beneficiaries of the IOM, that is International Organization for Immigration, and at a staggering cost of $350 per head. And ongoing for medical assessment, all needs to have most recent passport photos, 3 copies for all, original birth certificate and photocopies, original traveling passports and photocopies. You need to carry first and second notification letters, latest vaccination records if any, and also remember to keep time. So your medical report will be rewired direct to the embassy for compiling during your appointment. And the principal applicant should go also to NEC to confirm and proof his or her Form 4 exams, the KCSE certificate. It has been sent to the embassy. He or she also must present the second notification letter to NEC for proof of request upon payment of $20 at the National Bank next to the offices, and the report will be wired direct to the embassy by NEC, same as that of the IOM. And the principal applicant should also book an account with nearby DHL offices, as this will be a center to receive successful visa or use in further communications with the embassy if need be. So if you are now ready for embassy, the interview, the D-Day, you prepare the following. 1, you need most recent passport photos, 3 copies for all. I've also mentioned of original documents of the birth certificate, original traveling passports and photocopies, green card application confirmation number, first and second notification letters, original valid good conduct, that is the PCC, police clearance certificate and photocopies. From your host, you need the copies of the certificate of naturalization, the state ID, driving license, valid traveling passport, income tax returns records, affidavit of support, and of course, I talked about $350 per head for interview, and be there in person and on time. That is the principal applicants with all the beneficiaries. Remember, during the interview day at the US Embassy, that is at the Girigiri in Nairobi, do not carry anything metallic with you. Avoid coins, belts, rings, bangles, wristwatches, and etc. And also carry cash. No M-Pesa payment is allowed. And all the best. So some of the questions asked during embassy at the interview, maybe questions about your host, like who is your host, in which state is your host living, how are you related, is your host married, how many kids does your host have and their names, etc. And any other, where depending how the consular officer woke up that day. So if you are successful during your interview, you will be congratulated and told, welcome to America. So in further information, if further information is required, you will be given a yellow form directing you what to do through DHL within a specified period of time. If you are successful, you will be given a white card, a green card, and the congratulatory message will be communicated to you. So that's all. I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post our next video.